Jan, can you come see me? There's a thing.
Something you wanted to discuss with me? I wanted to congratulate you. On what? Having a smart me on board. Seriously? Yeah, I flipped through some manuals while you were sitting on your hands. Looks like we had the base operating in minimum maintenance mode. Oh? Yeah. But I played around with functionality options and, hey presto, we got some new handy toys unlocked. Tools in the workshop and such. Wow. Oh, thanks. I can't wait to check them out. No problem. There's also some upgrades available in the building module. Sound like something you like to play around with too? Sweet. We could do with some improvements here. Sure, but don't start fantasizing too much. Remember, everything costs resources. So, wherever we are and however long we're staying, it might just be wise to see if we can set up a mining outpost instead of relying on shallow deposits. Just in case. Sound advice. I'll consider. why we stopped. A lava river. Plan B then, I guess. We'll need to figure out if there's a way around. Hey, how are you feeling? Well, I'll be damned. You okay? Surprisingly okay. Especially considering what I'm seeing. Very clearly. Good. Do you, remember your name? Of course. But... I think you know perfectly well who I am. So let's not waste time. Just tell me, how much did you find? What? How much rupidium is there? Did we get a breakthrough? Yeah, you bet. There's a lot of it. Good. That's good. Wait, how do you know? Well, isn't it obvious? I wake up seeing someone who looks and sounds like me, which has to mean we share the same DNA. Then there's the glasses. What about them? They're fake. Probably just manufactured to make me feel more like myself, but completely unnecessary otherwise, because here I am with perfectly good eyesight in the womb module, which can only lead to one conclusion: that my body was created to replicate someone who doesn't wear glasses. You. And to do that, of course, you would need to have found rupidium. Besides, I can see no other explanation for a sheep inside a space base. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wow, you're right. That's impressive. I did create you out of my DNA. We're not identical, of course. I can see you're not as quick to process information, and that's the interesting part. Yeah, our bodies are the same, but our minds are not. I needed a scientist on board, but there's always a scientist on board. So, what went wrong? The old crew is gone. They're all dead. That's why I needed to alter myself into different versions. With the use of the quantum computer on board and something called mind records. Oh, I see. A recalculated mind based on an infinite amount of variables to contain the desired consciousness in a biological vessel. That actually sounds plausible. So, what do you need from me now? Why don't you rest a little? Get accustomed to the new reality? Which part of what I just said makes you think I'm not ready to start immediately? Well, in that case, your situation must be critical considering the lengths you went to. Something tells me there's no time to lose. You're right. Why don't you start with going through the mission logs? I need to get the full picture first. My thoughts exactly. Good. This might work.
talk.
Would you like me to address that?
You want me to take care of this?
To the saber evacuation.
So, how are you? Settling in all right? Settling in is overrated. I analyze reality from wherever I am, however uncomfortable the angle. There's always an observation to be made. I'd love to hear what you managed to observe. This place is not run optimally. Yeah, I know. I wasn't trained to command a mission. But now that you're here, with your experience, I'd love to pick your brain. Do you think you could mentor me? Good thinking. First of all, you need to set long-term goals and draw up a roadmap for each of them. Remember to include all unpredictable variables in the equation. That way you can have contingency plans at the ready for each instance. All right, slow down. Prioritize resources. Do not waste time on idle conversations with the crew. Hide the booze. Don't be cheap on coffee. That's slow enough for you? Hey, you've just crossed out every team-building exercise on my list. The people are there for the mission, not the other way round. Truth is, I really wish we could make use of the tech I worked on for all these imaginary years. It would make things so much easier if it existed. So what exactly was your research about? Nanotech in space exploration. We went from a humble startup to making headlines in a few months. Taking our solutions to the front line was my dream come true. The data we could bring back. You had big plans for it. Well, now it's all gone. Turning it over in your head won't get you anywhere. You should focus on the work you need to do here and now. I never thought I'd say it, but yes, you're right. Let's get Rapidium back to Earth, and maybe later, we'll see. You do know we're running out of radiation filters? Whoa, you look tired, man. Everything okay?
I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with sleeping on the floor?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Of course not. You have your cozy captain's bed.
All right, no need to be so dramatic about it. I'll get you a proper dorm.
Sounds like a promise. Man, I'm telling you, we need it.
And I'm telling you this is the least important of our priorities. Right.
Hey, that looks like our ship's cargo drop.
Filled with the crew's personal items, including my stuff. Is that a movie? Huh. Alicorp even thought of entertainment at the base. one of the things they told me to take on the mission. Things that will make you feel comfortable far away from home. Objects that trigger good memories. Typical corporate bullshit. About time. I'm in some deep shit here.
So you're not at your destination yet?
I'm stuck. We're stuck. There's a freaking lava river blocking our way.
Do you think you can cross it?
I don't know. Still working on it. Anyway, you can help me?
I can try. I have a limited view of the surface of your planet, but there is one thing you could do.
What's that?
You have a lot of very useful tech on board that base. It's designed to overcome practically any obstacle. All you need is a properly trained crew, if you know what I mean.
More altars. Is that all you have for me?
Man, you still don't get it, do you? That's a lot. If it helps, I have some news for you. Good news and, well, just news.
Hit me with the good news first.
A rescue party is being organized.
Organized. You mean they're not on their way yet? What the hell are you waiting for?
Mr. Dольски, please, calm down. No matter how long the procession, it will always end up in church.
What?
Just the thing my grandma used to say when I was a kid and tired of doing my homework.
Except this is not about your homework.
Sure. But you gotta understand, your mission got dispatched pretty far away. We still haven't mastered teleport.
I thought you were responsible for the navigation system. Isn't it your job to make sure we're safe wherever it sends us?
Well, it's what I'm doing right now, isn't it? Making sure you're safe. Step by step, we'll get your procession safely to church.
How long do you think it'll take them to get organized?
All I can say is, they know it's an emergency.
Wow. That long?
Don't shoot the messenger, man. I'm really trying to help.
So, what's the other news?
Well, I know you have a lot on your plate right now, but there's a request from my boss directly. Before we get you out of there, we want you to retrieve as much rupidium as possible.
Figures. They don't want to lose their chance. Probably worthless to your higher-ups without rupidium anyway.
It's sure gonna give your rescue mission wings, if that's your kind of incentive.
Of course.
My boss will want to speak to you shortly. And you'll see how important it is. He's not some kind of empty three-piece suit, if that's what you're afraid of. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but it was his idea to, you know, let you in on the branching procedure. By the way, is your altar doing any better?
Nope. Hasn't gotten any easier.
Remember, you need to show him you care.
Is this about you wanting to talk to him again?
No. No, none of that. My boss put it out of my mind. Best not to mess things up even more.
So, you admit it's a mess.
What? No, we just... You know what? I'm not commenting on that. Talk to my boss about it.
Tell me more about this boss of yours. You mention him a lot.
He's the head of mining operations. Great mind, very open. You'll see. Doesn't normally do this, you know. Talk to people on space missions in person.
Oh, I feel so blessed.
You should. He saved your life, in a way.
What's gonna happen to my altars back on Earth?
I don't know. I'm sure my boss will think of something. He always knows what to do.
You either really trust him or you're very good at not saying anything.
Maybe both. I'm not a natural talker.
Ever tried working on it? You know, with a professional?
Not really. But my sister wanted to be a therapist and she practiced on me when I was 5.
Oh? And how did that go?
She turned to breeding hamsters. I hope you're not laughing.
Your family seems interesting. Got any more stories about them?
It's a big family. Brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles. Yours?
I was the only child.
Wow. Can't imagine how that feels. Anyway, no time to talk about families now, right?
Okay. I better get back to work then.
Yes. Just remember about the Rapidian, Mr. Dulski. And wait for contact from my boss.
Never thought I'd be so glad to see a sheep. Hey man, can you hear me? Where am I? What is this? Take it easy. You're on strong sedatives. What the hell? No, you're not hallucinating. Then who? Relax. I'll tell you everything. But right now, we need to focus on you, just to make sure you're all right. Can you answer a few questions for me? Okay. Do you remember who you are?
I'm Yaну Dольski.
Good. And what is your role on this mission, Jan?
I'm a botanist. So, wait, this is it? The mission? Did we land?
I'm afraid things went sideways during the landing. Everyone died. Except for me.
You. What about me? Are you... Are you real?
Just as real as you.
Then, what's going on?
It's like we're alternative versions of the same person.
Wow. But why is this happening?
I told you, everyone died. Long story short, I needed to multiply myself to survive.
That doesn't make any sense. We're not exactly the same.
Yes, we're different. You made different decisions in your life.
I'm not sure I understand.
You know what? I think you should just rest a little and read the mission logs. You'll find all the answers there.
Sure. Yeah, mission logs. Why not? Hey, wait. If all this is... If I mean... What about my wife? Where is she? I need to know.
She's on Earth, and we need to figure out how to get there.
Okay. What do you want from me?
We'll need all the help we can get. Someone to run the greenhouse, prep the food, so on. Trust me, you'll have a lot to do.
I'm not sure I'm ready to work just like that.
Right. Like I said, rest, go through the logs, meet the rest of the crew, and let's talk again in a while.
Yeah.
I'll see you around. Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. My lucky old multi-tool. No wonder you took it with you. This little baby never ever let me down. Yep, I thought it might come in handy. Of course, every man of the house should have one. It sure helped me feel like one when the time came. Thanks, man. Hey, I built that dormitory you asked for. Hallelujah. I hope you sleep well tonight. I'll sleep like a full-fledged member of an advanced civilization. Sweet dreams, then. God, I noticed we're missing a few rat filters.
I'm thinking of all that decent food I'll never eat again.
Stop being so dramatic. Mush is acceptable.
Hey, everything okay on your side?
Actually, I was going to approach you. Do you think... Is there any way I can go back to my life, I mean?
Why don't we start with getting back to Earth?
And then what? Going back to nothing doesn't motivate me. What was so special about your life? What was special? Huh. How about my non-existent home?
Imagine there was a way, and you could go back. What would be the first thing you'd do?
That's a no-brainer. I'd check up on Lena.
I'm worried to death about her. Why would you be worried?
No, forget I said that. I think I'm still a little confused, that's all.
You miss her.
Don't you?
Of course I do.
Suddenly, everything's gone. Just like that.
It's brutal.
I'll need more time to even start hoping to come to terms with it.
Sure, take your time. But remember, you're needed here.
Yeah. I'll do my best to find some sense in it.
Damn it. So much for Plan B.